criticize. But if we must criticize, we will only criticize to build and not to destroy. This is the Blackport. And you can join me live on Facebook Live, also on YouTube Live. And our Facebook page is Xylophone 102.1 FM. Our YouTube page is Xylophone Media. And in both cases, Xylophone is spelled Z-Y-L-O-F-O-N. Z-Y-L-O-F-O-N. We are also transmitting live on Xylophone TV via satellite. Oh my God. All across the world. Oh my God. Xylophone TV. I want to say thank you so much for coming along. And of course, we are also on Ultimate Radio right there in Texas, Houston in Texas. Certainly, we are also on Manual Radio. Thank you so much. My name is Blakk Rasta, and I'm most excited to be with you. This is the Blackport, where we speak truth to power. My brother, my sister, today we have some stinging issues to look at. And I need you to come along. I'm going to start with Nana Akufo-Addo, the President of the Republic of Ghana, and this one was published yesterday, the 2nd of November 2021 at 5:56 p.m. That was long after the Blackport segment was done. And it says, COP26, it is unfair for the world to ask Africa to abandon exploitation of resources. I take it again. COP26, it is unfair for the world to ask Africa to abandon exploitation of resources. And this is attributed to Nana Akufo-Addo. I read. President Akufo-Addo has described as unfair calls for Africa to halt the exploitation of its natural resources as a way of contributing to fighting climate change. Speaking at the 2021 United Nations Climate Change Conference, also known as COP26, the president asked world leaders how they expect Africa to finance its challenges without exploiting its natural resources. Agriculture, water, energy, and the extraction of mineral resources are essential drivers of development in our countries, but at the same time, are characteristically sensitive to changing climate. The African Development Bank has stated that the continent would need about 3 trillion in mitigating and adapting by 2030 to enable us to implement our nationally determined contributions. The obvious question arises as to how do we in Africa finance these commitments, especially as our socio-economic development continues, unfortunately, to be low, he said. He added, the Almighty has blessed our lands with abundant natural resources, and it will be wholly unfair for the world to demand that Africa abandons the exploitation of these same resources needed to finance its development and help us to cope better with the threats of climate change. So you see leaders who have no vision. You see leaders who are so myopic. You see leaders who do not think beyond their nose. You see leaders who do not think generationally. All they are thinking about is, let's eat today so we die tomorrow. This is what Nana Addo has said. This is all Nana Addo, the president of Ghana, has said. Nana Addo is in Scotland sleeping. And when he wakes up for 30 seconds, my brother, my sister, and is called to come and make a speech, right after he finishes, he continues to sleep again. My brother, my sister, Nana Addo says it is unfair for the world to come over to Africa and say, please, Africa, because of climate change. What is climate change? Environmental degradation that causes the climate to be destroyed, that causes the atmosphere to be tampered with, and it becomes hazardous to human life. That's the simplest way I can make that known to you. The emissions of gases, carbon gases, and so on and so forth, that cause a depletion of the ozone layer. Let me not get too technical with this. My brother, global warming is part of climate change. Some time ago, you would wake up in the morning and it's all cool and nice. Now before the morning, the sun is already shining and there's so much heat. People are suffering. My brother, my sister, trees are dying, animals are dying, all because of the vicissitudes of the weather disturbing the climate. Nanado says, it is unfair for the West to say, please, do not exploit your natural resources for fear that there would be climate change. Listen attentively. It's the same thing as saying, please, do not destroy your land so that would not disturb or degrade the atmosphere, the climate, the weather. May I break it down? My brother, my sister. Now, if we are exploiting our natural resources, what does it mean? I am asking, exploiting the natural resources we have, what does it mean? It means destroying the land. For us, it means destroying our water bodies. For us, it means killing our plants and killing herbaceous and medicinal plants. That's all it is about. Exploiting the land or exploiting the natural resources. It is the same thing across the world. Some people have become wiser when they are exploiting their natural resources. Even though, yes, they destroy the environment, it is to a certain level. But because of our lack of technology, because we are technologically blind, in our countries, we destroy en masse. Recently, we all had to grapple with galamseyers, Chinese galamseyers topping the lists, destroying our water bodies, my brother, my sister, with no patriotism. I'm going to spend time to talk about this, my brother, and I need you to come along. Mr. President says, we have to pay our debt. Our economy has to rise. Despite the fact that we are destroying the environment, it is okay to destroy in order to live. It is okay to destroy in order to be seen as growing. Oh, what a thing. These are the same people who fly all the way to Dubai to sit in the desert yet enjoy beautiful water that is created in the desert in the form of dams and rivers. These are the people who travel all the way to Greenland to enjoy the greens. These are the people who travel abroad and admire the flowers, admire the waterfalls, admire the water bodies, and they feel refreshed. My brother, my sister, the debate is very simple. Is it okay to destroy the environment to be seen as developing? Does it make sense, my brother, my sister, to degrade the environment, cause environmental degradation, climate change, so that you build houses and roads? Can we change the narrative? This is where visionary leaders with brains come to play. My brother, my sister, Gaddafi inherited a totally degraded land, what we call blighted lands, trash land, desert. Nothing was capable of growing on the desert. My brother, not even weeds. Gaddafi turned several hectares of the desert, the blighted land, into arable land. How did he do it? Gaddafi was able to get water from the desert that did not produce a single drop of water. How did he do it? My brother, when life gives you lemons, what do? You crush the lemons and make lemonade. Nana Addo is behaving like a very common person with no vision. And I'm sad. Before you think Blakk Rasta is throwing around insults, the youth, come together, let us reason. Nana Addo is saying that it is unfair to tell us not to exploit our gold and our diamond so that we can also develop. What is development according to Nana Akufo-Addo? Is it the building of skyscrapers? Is it the building of roads? Remember, only yesterday I was talking about the human resource. It is only a stupid country that is thinking about roads and buildings when the moral degradation of its youth, the moral degradation of its human resource is astronomical. Am I speaking big English? May I calm down? My brother, if you build roads and build skyscrapers and have helicopters flying every second, and the people that you are supposed to be leading are brainless, they are idiotic, they are moroses, morons, my brother, my sister, at the end of the day, they will blow down the helicopter that is flying. The roads, they will dig manholes, not even potholes, because they are morose, they are morons. My brother, my sister, because they are stupid, they are totally idiotic. I don't know how many people are understanding what I'm saying. Human resource is very important, and in this country, that is the least when it comes to our preferences. When we have a list of preferences in this country, we are talking about roads, we are talking about buildings, and we are not talking about the human resource. When you improve the human resource, my brother, my sister, no matter how bitter, no matter how sour the lemon that has been given to you, you would make sweet lemonade out of it. I'm speaking in parables. But our leaders have no vision. All they are thinking about is gold, diamond. And the prices keep fluctuating. They are not thinking about other ways they will be able to turn the status quo around. Jesus have mercy. Oh, Blakk Rasta. Look, a lot of the youth are so brilliant. Many more are nothing but morons. A lot are nothing but fools, like our leaders. I am so ashamed that Nana Addo will go all the way to Scotland, and after waking up from snoring and slumbering and deep sleeping, all he can tell the people is, please don't be unfair to us. We need to pay you some money. We need to build our roads, and we need to also build our skyscrapers. My brother, my sister. So, allow us to destroy our land. Allow us to destroy our water bodies. That's the meaning. What happened to agriculture? What happened to the proper way of increasing productivity without destruction? Where are all our bright heads? Where are all our top thinkers? If Gaddafi, the dictator that he was said to be, could turn a whole desert into arable land, cultivate the land, and feed his people, and reserve some more money and come to this country and give to chiefs, what are you doing with an agrarian society, an agrarian community, an agrarian country with so much fertile land? You still are bent on destroying the land. And you'll be shocked what Nana Addo is saying. He's going to plant how many millions of what trees? That's what Nana Addo is saying there. Abu Jinapo is also, I'll bring you to all these things. Abu Jinapo says they are going to build a culture of tree planting in Ghana. Hey, what trees? May I know? Does it matter what trees? Should it be fruit trees, medicinal trees, or should it just be ornamental trees? There are so many different kinds of trees. Can you go to the hungry man and tell him plant ornamental trees? Can you go to the hungry man and tell him plant a tree? My brother, my sister, he needs to eat. He needs something that is seasonal, that can give him something. Instead of turning the land into a tomato production land where every season you can get something to eat, as in subsistence farming and beyond, you tell me to plant a what? A what? That will take how many years to grow? Whilst I'm waiting for these trees to grow, that's if they will provide fruit at all. What do I eat? It's common sense. You guys are wearing your coat and tie, eating and sleeping 20 times a day. You have a president who is pot-bellied because he eats 100 times an hour. Even on the plane, he will eat more than Nebuchadnezzar before he arises. Before he arrives, my brother, my sister, he will drink all the choicest drinks in the world. Watch all the movies that we have not even been released yet. He has no respect for Kumawood. He has no respect for Akpele and Fatiridechi. He has no respect for Tuozafi and Miankuka, let alone Gable or Tubani. All he has allegiance to is Italian lasagna, Spanish delicacies, aristocratic drinks, bourgeoisie drinks. Those are his caliber. My brother, my sister. And then weak-brained leaders will tell you the only way forward is destroying the land so we can build houses. How do you compare houses to trees? How do you compare houses to a clean environment? China has destroyed its land. When you go to China, in the name of industrialization, the land has been degraded. So they have all run down to Ghana to buy houses around Eburi and all those places where we can still see greens. If industrialization was the way forward, if industrialization was that heavenly, my brother, my sister, if degrading the land was that heavenly, China would not be in Ghana looking for land. Why would they leave China? Do you understand what it is to say climate change? Idiotic American President Donald Trump did not believe in climate change. Neither did he believe in global warming. He said it was all a hoax. Thank God America sent him straight to the hoax world where he belongs. My brother, my sister, listen to your president. He thinks he has made the most brilliant speech ever. And I need Ghanaians to think with me. All Mr. President is saying, and this is the last thing I'm going to say about this and I move on, is that, please, the West, we have developmental needs. And it's a paradox. It's so paradoxical of a president, my brother, my sister, to compare degradation to development. I have always been against destroying the land, no matter what is in the land. Hey! No mining site ever becomes potent. It is destroyed for 100 years, 50 years. Nothing will grow there because of the poisons they put in there. How many of our aquatic animals are dying? Yet the closer we are to nature is the best form of development, true or false? The skyscrapers do not mean development. My brother, my sister, the beautiful roads that we have are important to us, but that does not mean it is development. You cannot build beautiful roads when your schools are all closed, my brother, my sister, and the human resource is almost zero. Nana Akufo-Addo is not a president. He's a baby. He's infantile when it comes to brain works like this. And it's not his fault. He's past the age of hot and serious reasoning. That's normal. That's it. Brethren, think about this. You are thinking about building roads, blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. Yet you forget that when you mine, it's equivalent to destroying about 1 million roads. But because you don't have the vision to see what you are destroying, but the few things that you are putting in there in the name of development, you think you are making any progress. Hallelujah. It's one step forward, 7 million steps backwards. That's what they are doing. If I was the president of this country, all mining would stop. If I was the president of this country, no gold would be mined. I've said it over and over. No diamond would be mined. You know what we're going to do? It's going to be totally agrarian. Green all over. How do we make our money from the green? Human resources. Jesus have mercy. When you build a human being, the agrarian society gets so close to nature. My brother, plant what you eat and eat what you plant. You have enough to give out. And when people realize that your land is the best, your land is unpolluted, my brother, my sister, they would pay any amount of money for your products. Cucumber, okra, maize will now sell at the price of gold. Common sense. They don't see it. When you put value on what you produce, people would pay so much money for that, even more than gold. That is why common olive oil, which sells on the market for only 10 cedis in your church, it sells for 1 million Ghana cedis. Somebody would understand this until he smokes in Tampi tonight. It's all about the value you put on yourself, the value you put on your land. But we are so mediocre. We are all thinking about the gold that has to be got, but by destroying the earth. But we cannot do this alone, because we are not an island. The whole of Africa, at least the neighboring countries, should all come together and agree that, hey, this is what it is. We all can make it happen. Let's go back to the days of Kwame Nkrumah when he was looking at the Congo Valley. How will we be able to produce about 2/3 of the world's food, so that Africa will become the food basket of the whole world? That Europeans and Asians will be trooping to Africa to buy cassava, to buy plantain, to buy okra, to buy cucumber, to buy beans. And if everybody knows that the beans in Africa is unpolluted, that the beans in Africa is produced under very, very hygienic conditions, in fact, without the lead and all those dangerous mercuries and so on and so forth, my brother, why do you think that organic food is selling more than GMO food? I wish I could talk about this more, but a word to the wise is enough. Nana Addo has not made any sense with this speech to me. The West is telling you, please, do not destroy your own land again. And you say, oh no, let us destroy the land because there's gold there. And we are going to use the gold to build houses, to build roads for our people. Our people need it. They will build hospitals for you. The sickness that you will catch from breaking and destroying the land, your hospitals cannot cure. Do you know what the English people call it? To cut your nose to spite your face. To cut your nose to spite your face. Do you know how some other people call it? Penny wise, pound foolish. You are penny wise, penny, peswa, wise, pound foolish, cedi foolish. You run after coins when the main basket you leave because you are Don Quixote. Some people don't know who Don Quixote is. This is a quixotic idea. What Nanado has put out is nothing but quixotic. Not only chaotic in the mind, but quixotic. Hallelujah. I'll leave it here. My brother, my sister, I'm going to look at another thing quickly.
Agriculture, water, energy, and the extraction of mineral resources
You heard that?
are essential drivers of development in our country.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that, my brother? Did you hear that? So we have to go ahead and destroy our land. I'll leave it here. Now, I'm reading this from City Newsroom, and this one was also published today, November 3rd, 2021. And it says, NPA confident fuel prices will be stable in November. And who is saying this? Let's find out. The National Petroleum Authority, NPA, is confident that the 2-month removal of the price stabilization and recovery levies, PRSL, on petrol, diesel, and LPG will provide the desired relief to Ghanaians when it takes effect. The authority CEO, Dr. Mustafa Hamid, said there were already positive signs for Ghanaians because fuel prices have remained stable pending the removal of the levy. Once the people have seen at the pump that this week the prices haven't gone up, it gives them a measure of confidence, and going forward there would be a measure of stability, Dr. Hamid said to the press on Tuesday in Koforidua. My brother, this is the guy who loves Ghana so much that when he's talking about the ills of Ghana, he cries. And they say, oh, please, don't cry, honorable, oh, don't cry. When they were in opposition, he was the cry baby. Cry. Tears. Today, he says that by November, it will be okay. This is November. My brother, look how fuel prices are increasing almost every second. NPA boss, the crybaby, when he was in opposition, the man who went around with Nanado, quoting all the Quranic verses, crying on stage to get votes for Nanado, is saying that November, fuel prices will stabilize. This government is a hypocritical government. You remember when they used to say that fuel prices were rising and Ghanaians were suffering and blah, blah, blah. They have increased fuel prices more than any government in history. True or false? Need I say more? When they are in opposition, because they have no other job to do, they feel it more. That's why when they come into politics, it's all lootocracy. They are there to loot. A lot of people are there to steal. They don't think about the ordinary Ghanaian. A white man is telling you, take care of your land, don't destroy it. And you turn around and say, let me destroy it because I want to develop. Jesus, I leave it there. My brother, my sister, we still have a lot of things to discuss. And I need you to come along. Today we have a number of things. Now, Dr. Baumia is out there with the so-called digitalization. Dr. Baumia said in 2020, trotros were going to be digitalized. Up till now, maybe the digitalization of the trotro is trotro drivers in the middle of the road urinating. It hasn't happened. And the man still has the guts to go and talk about these things. Do you remember when Dr. Baumia, the hush puppy of NPP, the Mr. Bean of politics in Ghana, my brother, my sister, the Pinocchio of Ghanaian politics, told us that right now, even if you are going to buy wache in Ghana, you use digital. How many of you have bought wache digitally? It's good to be digital, but when you have liars, people who have no shame when they are lying, leading you, you know that they are leading you into destruction. My brother, my sister, it's all over in the media that right now when you have a Ghana card, it's almost equivalent to a visa in about 197 countries, even Togo here. They slap you and ask you to pay before you cross. Semeboda is worse. Show them a card. They will slap the hell out of you and ask you if that is equivalent to money. My brother, my sister, even with your passport, the value is almost nothing. Your MPs take your passport to embassies. Your ministers of state take diplomatic passports to embassies. They kick them out and chop them off like bad habits. Now it's a card that the banks are not even ready to accept. Babies are now going to have Ghana card. I'm so disappointed that Bawumia has lowered himself to this level, disgraced himself and made himself nothing but Pinocchio the talking cricket. Pinocchio. Talk, no action. Lie, no action. From the man who bought wache digitally to the man who said 2020 would be the year where all trotros in Ghana would go digital. And none of these things has happened. He's still not ashamed to go and still stand there and be talking digital. The road to Wale Wale, is it digital? May I know? The road to Wale Wale, the road to Gambaga, is it digital? Does your president even understand what it is to say digital? Does he know what Facebook is? Does he know what Twitter is? All he knows is the ancient Nebuchadnezzar days of destroying the land to get gold so we can pay. Cheap. Anybody, any idiot can be president if it's all about digging gold and digging diamond to sell and rule the country. Am I speaking sense? If presidency is all about digging gold and destroying the earth, my brother, hey, Patapa can be president. Blakk Rasta can be president. Hey, who else? Which other musician is around? Rex Omar can be president. But Rex Omar says he's a musician, he's not a president, doesn't have what it takes to be a president. I say, hey, mean that Debbie, I am something else. I'm not, I don't have what it takes to be a president. Patapa says he's a musician. Oh, he does not think about politics. Those that we put in there, because they have the acumen, the leadership skill to run the country, all they are thinking about is digging gold to sell. This was done in the days of Nebuchadnezzar. I'm so ashamed. And when you go on social media, all over the place, nobody gives a hoot. Nobody gives a rat backside to what Bawumia is saying. He has lost it all the way down to the deepest abyss. And it hurts me. This was a man with a great future. A man who should have been more responsible. But he decided to lower himself to become Pinocchio the talking cricket. When he's sleeping, he's even talking. When he's sleeping, he's talking. Lies. So Ghanaians do not even respect any iota of speech he gives out. Everybody's laughing at him, and it pains me. It pains me that this is my brother. We all would take the same road to our hometowns. When he proceeds to Wale Wale or Gambaga, I'm also proceeding all the way to other places. Same road. Is the road digital? Please, can the digital help us get clean water? May I know the digital? Would it help the schools and the trees to be destroyed and abandoned? May I know the digital? Would it help with corruption? And he says, oh yes, the e-money would help. There will not be van robberies anymore. And then yes, it will also help. Armed robbery will reduce. Really? How about political thieves and robbers who do not care whether it's digital or not? Who rob? They have noses that smell money. It doesn't matter where the money is. Digital or not digital. Digital or analog, they will smell it and fish it out. Would it help? Misplaced priorities. It's good to go digital. It's good to be able to see a digital economy. But what is a digital economy with manholes on the road? A digital economy with accidents all over the place. Police are still running after armed robbers. Police do not even have intelligence when it comes to fingerprints. And you know fingerprints are the best ways to track people down. Because those are the things that do not change. At least they cut off their hands. Police are still running around with no intelligence. No body cameras, nothing. Police people are still holding tiabofre, running after armed robbers who are holding automatic guns, Tech 9 and the rest of them. When police have to cock their gun, boof, before they run into another room to put in bullets, the armed robber presses only one button, crack, and it goes to I hope and pray that this digital nonsense that is being spread all over the place will materialize. We love it, but we would only appreciate it if it comes from a truthful mouth. The mouth that continues talking digital, we are fed up with that mouth. It's a lying mouth. Lying mouth that everybody in Ghana knows. And this is the guy who wants to be president. Jesus have mercy. These people have done my brother very, 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 very bad. It will take him time to be able to resurrect from the doldrums of lies. I leave it here. My brother, my sister, many more things we need to look at. Jesus have mercy. Oh Jesus, we have so many things to look at. There's this thing, I just want to look at it quickly because there's another thing happening somewhere which I need to look at. This one was published yesterday, 2nd November 2021. And he says, impose curfew on Pram Asafwache begs Akufo-Addo and IGP. Look, Asafwache is begging Nana Akufo-Addo and begging IGP to bring a curfew on Pram. Why? Listen. He says, a member of the Pram Traditional Council, Asafwache, Latte Bantama the Fourth, has made an urgent request to President Akufo-Addo and Inspector General of Police IGP Dr. George Akufu Dampari to impose a curfew on Pram. Speaking at a media briefing, he said this will help address the precarious security situation in the area. A gun attack in the town led to the death of the head of Clay Cortes, Nene Aye Otusei Klo II. It also caused injury on the chief of Mobole, Nene Tete Kojo III, Francis Anete Abe, and head of Osowem Tewia Nyumu. The deceased and victims are amongst elders selected to help resolve issues within the Anewe family at the Lalui Shrine in the early hours of Tuesday. Listen to that part. The deceased and victims were among elders selected to help resolve issues with the Anewe family at the Lalui shrine in the early hours of Tuesday. They picked up some elders, Pram elders. Oh, you are the elders. To resolve it, go and talk to their ancestors. So they carried apetish, they carried schnapp, and whilst they were going, they were going. The gunmen sat back, said, okay. My question is, did they try to sit down and dialogue? Or they expected the ancestors to bring peace without dialogue? I'm just asking them. I love traditional things, but I'm asking. When there's a conflict, do you try to bring in a mediator? Do you try to sit down and dialogue? Or you run to the shrine straight with a petition to feed your drunken gods? Your gods that have no sense when they drink a petition. Your gods are always drinking a petition. No sense, no common sense. And the sad thing is that what they feed the gods is snapped from the white man's country. So their gods are drinking white man's schnapps. Hey, make a mistake and say you are going to see a certain chief over some land issue and take a petition there. They will bring boys to chase you out. The gods have graduated long ago from the days of Ntim Jakari and Okonfonochi from drinking apetition. They are too proud. They are bogger gods. Now they don't drink apetition. They drink schnapp. Schnapp that is made in Holland. Schnapp that is made in Germany. That is what their gods are drinking. The food of your gods is in the white man's kitchen. How can your gods think? The food of your gods is in the white man's kitchen. Your gods have stopped drinking apetition. Your gods have stopped drinking apetition. They now drink schnapp. Your gods do not eat fufu anymore. Your gods eat pizza. Your gods do not eat akpele and fetiridechi anymore. What your gods eat is lasagna. Your gods don't eat a peprensa anymore. They don't eat pekple anymore. They drink and eat the white man's food. How can they have sense? Look, Apam. When the lockdown came, little children were feeling so hot. So they decided to go to the seaside and cool off. They jumped into the sea and a number of them were swallowed by the sea. You see, nobody was there with a barricade to say that, okay, nobody was there. No life savers. The little boys were swallowed. You know the first point of action? The gods are angry. And minister of land or whatever, Hawa Kumsin, went there with schnapps and goats and sheep and yams to go and give to the chiefs of Pram to feed their gods. Because the gods were angry, so they will stop killing people. Your gods only know how to kill. Because they eat the white man's food. They have an allegiance to the white man. The white man poisons their food before they are brought here. Pram is so sad. Such a beautiful historical place. It's always been my dream to live in Pram. I've tried time and again to secure some land there, but every time conflicts. Land guards are shooting. All land guards, they have guns. They are firing. Hey, they fire more than the police. My God, the guns they have, Ghana police will take 8 years to find them, and after 8 years they will graduate again, so they are never caught. There's a conflict. Look at the innocent souls, old men, schnapp holding old men who have been shot and killed. Now they have realized that, oh, Lalue Shrine is drunk, so it's not thinking well again. They are looking for IGP. They are looking for Nanado, who himself is sleeping in Scotland. Hey, Jesus. From frying pan to fire. Hey, Radi. Your people are fighting almost every time, Pram. Why? What is the problem? Look at the foundation of the problem, uproot it and deal with it. Such a small town. Everyday conflict. I went to Pram the other day, and a land guard was supposed to go and show me a place. The chief said, go and show me a place if I liked it. And he said, wait for me, I'm going to take my bansari. I said, why are we going to a war zone? He was going for his amulet, and when he came out, the amulet was like a whole jacket. He had 2 guns. Halfway to the place, I said, Oga, you know what? I think I have a stomach ache. I need to find somewhere. And then when I said, please, let's go. Hey, what kind of land do you go to with bansari? What kind of land do you go with 2 guns? What kind of land do you go? Why? Pram, you are destroying your land. The history behind Pram should never be destroyed. Greedy old men, old greedy men. They are those who are causing all this. The young men are tired of the greedy old men who want to sell all the lands before they die. So they have become gunmen. They shoot any old man for a small piece of land. They will shoot you and your whole family. Leaving this aside, they said a chief has died at Makati area there. Bawe. He died. They put him in the fridge. And he was there. Yesterday, all shops, all schools around Malam, Bawe, Weja, all the way down must close. So today, all the schools, all the school children from yesterday and today, and are here all the way down to somewhere Friday. Nobody is supposed to go to school because a chief died. This morning when I was coming out, a certain old woman had come to open a shop. She sells some gari that she ties with some sugar. She ties in kati. She ties small. Mambeya and pacho me woo. Me ba woo. Me towe kakra da me didi kakra. Aba. They went there and were trying to find out why she opened the shop. They were going to carry her table of gari and sugar and nkati. Carry it into their waiting car because the old woman had violated the rights of a dead chief. Jesus have mercy. How many of you live around Malam that way? That side. Beautiful area. A chief died, and for 3 days, children should not go to school. Shops should not open. Offices should not open. Hey, they said the only things that can open are here. The only things that can open food joints and filling stations. Today I saw some banks open. I don't know if they'll go and attack them. What do you think about it? A chief has died. The tradition, the culture of the people, for 3 days, no activity should happen. When the Ga people, Ga Manche and his people are having a certain festival, no noise. Everywhere should be quiet. The gods don't like noise. So after they drink their schnapp, you know, their stomach, they need to take time for the schnapp to digest. So no noise. Oh, no noise. Please respect our ancestors. Hey. Well, to God be the glory. To God be the glory. To God be the glory. I leave it here, my brother. I'm going to tackle another thing here. And, oh, Jesus have mercy. Oh, what a country. God save us, help us, open our eyes, show us the way. We have suffered for so long, my brother. The white man came here, killed us like mosquitoes. Our gods looked at us. We were carried away and killed by the white man. The gods didn't protect us. Nanado and his people are also here terrorizing us. The gods are not slapping them. They are only drinking schnapps and eating pizza and lasagna, doing nothing for us. Yet, when the custodians of those gods die, we close all schools and ask that we all remain quiet whilst they send them to their graves. Hallelujah. To God be the glory. Oh, Jesus. I'm going to look at this, and it's important. I'm reading this from Graphic Online, National Communicator. It says, no license for cannabis business yet. Narcotics Control Commission. So you remember that they said we had been legalized in Ghana. Now those signed it and blah, 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 blah. It's past 1 year and over. No license. So those who want to plant the weed, the ganja farmers, they are wild. People are coming into this country to plant weed. Hey, they say no license. So if you plant and they catch you, I'm going to read. Narcotics Control Commission, NCC, has warned the public against the cultivation of narcotic plants or the establishment of a business related to narcotics on the basis of the passage of the Narcotics Control Commission. You know what that is saying? So even if you have an anticipatory business related to this, you are in trouble. Do you get it? What this is saying is very simple. You establish your business and you say that, well, we are waiting in anticipation to the licenses coming so that we will help you to get land and then we'll help you to plant marijuana and so on and so forth. That is illegal according to this. Yet, I'm hearing that Ghana actually has been producing marijuana and sending it. I saw some documentary like that. I didn't go too deep into it, so I won't be able to speak about it properly. I'm going to look at it. They signed it into law. What is preventing them from giving out the license? The last time I checked, they said, oh, they want to look at the pricing. And a number of bodies have come out to say that, okay, well, we are going to help people get this. Come and register. You register. When the time comes and the licenses are here, we'll help you get the licenses quickly. We'll portion lands to some of these things so you start the marijuana business. This publication says they are all illegal. So why did they sign it into law at all? Why are they delaying? Is there a problem? Or the gods, schnapps drinking gods, are saying that they should hold on for the time being? I just want to know. You are crying that you want your language to be heard. Gamanche Ni Churu II said that the Ga language must be heard. It must be promoted. That is good. I love that. Togbi Afiti of Aflao wants his E-block to be built. Quick. Or else me print da. Some other people in their area, like Ashanti, no other language is taught. Hey, when you go to school in Ashanti, you lie that you want to go and learn Dagbani. No school in Ashanti region teaches Dagbani. No school in Ashanti region teaches Ewe. Go to any school in Ashanti region and say, oh, Ghanaian language, you want to choose Ewe. They tell you, why you require na Kovolta? Go there and say you want to study Fra. They will organize an assembly for everybody to look at you and see what uncivilized Homo sapiens that is. Kobolga! Hey! Never make a mistake and go there and even say you want to go and learn Kokomba. Komba. Hey! Ade, buka se ton bayre wana. Ko! So what is the policy? That's why the other day I was suggesting, hey, bros, if you want to localize or regionalize the languages we study in school, then every region should study the dominant language there officially in the school. Agree. If it's one or two you want to study for this Ashanti region, maybe you want to study Twi and study Bono on top, or you want to choose between Bono and Fanti, or Twi and Fanti. These are all Akan languages, right? You want to choose one. No, in Ashanti you study only Twi, Ashanti Twi. How about in the Upper East region? Do they teach Twi? How about in the Northern region? When students go there, do they study Twi? But when you come to some areas, they teach Twi. Okay. So the Ghana chief says they want the Ghana language to also spread. They have to promote the teaching of the Ghana language. But the interesting thing is, you see, we like local things. Can we start by feeding our gods with local apetish? Or asana? You want your language to be heard, right? You want your language all over Ghana to be heard. Yet the gods that will help your language to go out, you are feeding them with the white man's food. Look, some of these things we have to say. Hard and difficult art it is. Who say a country? Who say a kagan? Onogan? Hey, kwe? Mino ke? Minimba? Hey, people ni yelda gbanle. Fra people are also here. They want their language to be heard. Fante fuswaba also pede oka fante. Yet none of these people feed their gods with asana. None of them feed them with pito. Is snap. Fra people give their gods snap. Go to the chiefs there and go and give them something else, a way they will deal with you. Think. Begin with that. Let's localize our thing. My producer just signaled me that we've run out of time. So those of you who want to plant marijuana, the licenses are not out yet, and any organization, according to what we are seeing right now in this publication, that is supposed to aid you to get a license, is supposed to help you to be in this business, is illegal. But in the interim, this is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo. My name is Blakk Rasta, the ganja farmer.